You guys get to watch me eat. Stuff my face. Stuff my face for lunch. I'll wait until a few people get in here and we'll chat about something while I eat lunch. I'm starving. But it came out good. I don't know if you guys can see that. My chicken noodle came out good. Perfect noodles and chicken. I don't know if I can do it. Maybe I need to do it like this. There you go. Now you guys got the whole view right there. That's pretty, huh? Food porn. I know, I'm a little cray-cray. I don't know if you guys are going to see that by the time you guys here. Who else saw that? Did you guys see that? Did you guys see my food porn? Well, it's because I had to eat lunch, and I'm like, well, if I'm going to stuff my face, I might as well stuff it with you guys. And so, I just figured, I got to get back to work eventually. I mean, I only got 5 hours, well, less than 5 hours before we have our live. I still got a lot of crap to do. So, everybody was asking if I'd go live again, so I decided just to come over here and pop in and say hi. Hey! Hope everybody's doing well. Well, I couldn't leave you guys just hungry and helpless. Yeah, I've got a few questions for Tony. For Tony and Seth, and I think it'll be really good. I think it'll be, but obviously it's about Sebastian, so we're going to have Seth there. So obviously Seth's going to have the most information, so he's going to be talking the most. But Tony will be there for moral support, and just kind of, be there for if there's other stuff that needs to be discussed. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, Lowrider. Well, I gotta eat. Some days, I'm not lying, I'll be working all day. And if my neighbor, doesn't cook or something, and I think he brings me over food just to make sure I eat. It's not that I don't have food. I got food in this house. I literally get so busy that I forget to eat. And then today I was like, crap, it's my turn to cook. I promised him I'd make, because I had the rotisserie chicken, and you can only keep the rotisserie chicken in the refrigerator. I'm really weird about that. So I had to cook it down today or I would end up throwing it out. So I decided to make lunch. But I will be honest, my go-to are usually this anymore. I forgot to tell you guys. So I'm here. My neighbor didn't realize I was home. And so I'm in the kitchen cooking, and I see him kind of walking back in the backyard, and he's an older gentleman, so he kind of walks like this, he has his hands, like this. So he's just sitting back there, and he's just kind of, looking over the fence and stuff like that. And I'm just like, what the hell is he doing? I'm just like, okay, he's in his own environment. If he's back there looking at something, there's a reason why he's back there looking at something. So I'm just watching him look. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll leave him be. If it's something important, he'll come knock on the door, And I didn't hear any knock on the door, and so I'm in the back room just chilling, and all of a sudden I'm hearing all this noise, and I'm thinking, what the hell is all this noise? I go out there, the whole entire freaking backyard of my house is full of people. What the hell is going on? Equipment and everything. I'm like, what? So I'm looking at back there, and I'm like, okay, well, got a party going on back there, didn't even know it. So, me, I'm a Southern woman, got to go back there and figure out what's going on. So what do? You go in the refrigerator, get out the soda pop, right? It looks like these guys are looking a little hot. You can get a lot of information dangling a nice hot, ice cold soda in front of them. So I go out there with a handful of sodas, like, oh, hey, how you guys doing out here? It looks like you're doing some work. What you guys doing? You want a drink? Here. No, what's going on out here? Oh, really? You guys are cutting the trees. Well, God bless you. They're out there for Florida Power and Light. And I was sitting there sweating it because I'm like, man, that's a lot because my tree's getting big, And there's this one branch kind of on my main line coming into the house, which I really do need to cut. And long story short, they got just Florida Power and Light just paid to clean up my backyard. I'll be damned. Love that shit. Still embarrassed in my backyard. I still got half fallen down fences I haven't put back up yet, but I got the main fence because I got a chain link fence. I own the chain link fence. And when Vince put the wood link fence in, I wouldn't let him take the chain link out. I didn't want it out because I know wood fences, and I didn't know if I was going to like it or if I was going to end up taking it down. So I have a funny feeling I'm just going to end up taking the wood fence down and put my chain link gate back where it belongs. So I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm going to do yet. I don't know what I'm going to do in the backyard. The backyard is a canvas that I'm not ready to start painting on yet. They all smelled food. They were nice. They were nice. But you know, I'm starting to realize I'm becoming my mama. And it's becoming, I love my mama. I love my mama, don't get me wrong. But I don't think it is the desire of any child to become their parent. I'm sorry, I just don't believe it's it. I can tell you it's not my desire to be my mother. But, you know, when I was telling you guys the story about how I got the soda out of there to go out and, you know, figure out what, that is my mama through and through. Hey, Steffers. I hope you guys are doing well. I know that last video was kind of boring, but I mean, I really thought it was interesting because I'm interested in finding out what kind of chromosome deletion did he have? People have been asking me, is it the 4 or the 6? I couldn't remember. Because I thought it was the 4, but then when I read the 6, I'm like, it sounds like the 6. But I was unsure. I ran with the 4. We'll find out tonight, and then we'll do another study session. I won't spend that much time on the brain, but I think it's interesting. Oh no, Karen, I got a fence. I've got a chain link. So when I have a chain link fence up, and so I put my my wood fence like a foot away from my chain link fence. I brought my backyard in a foot all the way around. And I did that for 2 parts. I wanted the grass to grow up for an extra barrier, an extra security barrier. And I also wanted the fence, if it felt, I never got rid of the chain link. I never took the chain link down when I put my wood fence up. So all I know is on the property records it shows a fence, and I got a fence. So that's all I know. Oh, Miss Lee Mama 3. Hey, love. I hope you're going to be on the other channel tonight. We're interviewing Seth Rogers, the father of Sebastian Rogers. We got a good show planned out tonight. Really good show. Found the study session on the brain very interesting. I did too. You know, I'm not a nerdy person, but I'm kind of, you know, I'm nerded out on this case because, to be honest with you, the whole autism aspect of it's kind of intriguing for me. It's just it's a very curious disability. I think it's a disability. It is a disability, right? Is that what it is? I don't know if it's considered a disability or a medical condition, like a different type of medical condition. Yeah, we know you've been slacking on the lives. We know you've been grounded. Tell Mr. Lee he's not allowed to ground you from me. You're mine. I hope everything's going well with you. Please don't forget to watch. Yes. Thank you. Let me see if I can pin that. Can I pin that on here? There we go. That's pinned. Thank you. Thank you, me too. I agree, because my son, I guess, is high-functioning autistic. We are in the midst of testing. Oh, wow. Can somebody explain what autism, like, you know, I understand the degrees, and I kind of understand the behaviors associated with autism, but can somebody just break it down? Maybe I should just look it up. I don't have any way to look it up. I don't have my other phone. Can somebody just break it? What is autism? Like, what is it? Is it a neurological thing? Yeah, and I hear, Robin, that autistic children are smart. They think differently. They're very smart. Like, they have higher IQs. They just behave differently. Do you think maybe it's, because we don't use, the like, I always keep wondering, we have evolution, right? We do have evolution. We learned it in school. I'm not smarter than a fifth grader, but every now and again, something pops out, right? Hey, Ashley, it's nice to see you. And I keep wondering if if autism might be a different way of I don't know, like like Einstein-y a little bit. Like, we're evolving into using more or different parts of our brain. I probably should put the tin hat on for this conversation. I really should, because it is really kind of getting science fiction and stuff. But evolution is a real thing. When are the humans going to evolve again? When are we going to start adapting to our surroundings? It's neurological. Okay, thank you. So that's all I'm saying. They said we came from monkeys, and then we turn into caveman, and then the cavemen turn into shorter people, and we're shorter people. We had Sasquatch, and we shrunk. If I remember, I think I failed my 5th grade test right now. I'm sorry. Yeah, but it just hey, crime stories. How are you doing, my love? We're just goofing off here. I put Sebastian in the thumbnail just to keep his face out, but I'm eating lunch, and we're having a conversation about autism and talking about the interview tonight. Are you gonna it's probably, I don't know what time, you gotta be so late. It's probably gonna be midnight for you, but I'm doing a interview with Seth tonight. I don't know much about autism, but my friend's son's autistic, and he is a freaking genius. Never failed, blows my mind. Interesting. Autism with ADHD are like siblings. Well, apparently this chromosome deletion syndrome it makes it very difficult. From that video I just dropped a little bit ago on the main channel. It was, it seems like it hides autism. And I think, because everybody was like, why did he just get diagnosed with it? And I'm like, wait a minute, he was diagnosed with a whole mess of stuff, back in California. So it made me wonder, what they were really talking about. And then everybody was like correcting me, like, no, he was just diagnosed with autism just recently. What were they doing? They were basically blaming the parents for it. And it's like, when you looked into the whole chromosome deletion syndrome. I don't know why I keep wanting to call it a program, chromosome deletion program. But the chromosome deletion syndrome mimics a lot of the autistic traits, making it very difficult to, it will be 1 a.m. I don't, that's a little too late for me. I'm sorry. I love my creators and stuff, but you on at 1 a.m. I'm not watching you until morning, unless I'm just up. I'm already exhausted. I need to jump in the shower. I've been working all day, and start getting ready for the interview tonight. But I'm really excited. I just feel so bad for Seth. Everything he's been through. I've heard some stories. Some other stuff. I just never thought people could be so cruel. I know people could be cruel. Look at the work we do, but just. I don't know. I don't know. It just sucks. But I just want to make it about Sebastian. I feel like all of this stuff and all this negativeness, toward his father, the one person that's out there looking for him, and just all this stuff, it's sad. There's no good sense for it. And it's still happening, and nobody will just stop, and I don't know, it just sucks. But I'm hoping that we can refocus it, and at least, not allow it to focus. 'Cause I feel like, this is kind of how I feel. Maybe I'm making it too personal about it, because the way I'm feeling about it is like, you know, I feel like every time somebody criticizes his father, the only parent out there giving a damn about this boy is like sullying, you know, Sebastian's name. Like it really feels like that. Like I'm angry. Like it makes me, you know, and that's the problem with me. When I see this injustice, it makes me want to fight like hell. And I'm so angry about the fact that I just feel like these assholes are sullying this poor boy's name. Just you know, over something so petty and stupid, and it angers me. It really does. It gets in my skin. It hurts my feelings, and you know, I guess because I'm emotional, I'm passionate. I feel like this kid's mine. You know, it's like I know this kid. You know, at this point, and we're going to be learning even more about him tonight. It breaks my heart, and sometimes I don't come across like the best with my words when I'm upset and hurt. And, you know, I'm trying to keep those checked, but I just know myself, you know, like I know me, you know, and I know there's only going to be so much before I and I know that's kind of what these hate groups are probably focusing on, because I know one person trying, anyways, we're going to avoid that conversation altogether. I just want to bring it back to Sebastian. I want to learn about Sebastian. I want people to fall in love with Sebastian again. You know, I want them to, you know, just hear his father. I mean, he's a dad. I want to know what perfect dad exists. You know? I haven't taught, you know, this is the thing. It's like I would feel awful if something happened to me because my dad hasn't really been in my life, but do I think my dad doesn't love me? Do I think my dad wouldn't drop literally every freaking thing and start searching for me? Would I personally want this to happen to my father if something happened to me? No. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Me and my father's relationship is not the best relationship. But I know deep down in his heart and soul and his mind and body that he loves me. And he only wants the best for me. You know? Whether we have personality problems, hurt feelings, trauma there in our... Would I ever want somebody to treat my father like this because he made mistakes with me? No. That would literally break my heart if people treated my dad like that. Like, I even thinking about it, it's getting me a little emotional. That people would attack my father like this for not being a perfect dad. But he was a great dad to me. You know, he taught me how to work on cars. He taught me how to build things. He taught me how to do electrical work. He taught me how to do plumbing work. He didn't teach me how to do drywall. My dad sucks at drywall. I'm great at drywall, just FYI. So, I have to think that would be Sebastian's stance too. And think about your own parents and your own traumas that you guys have all been through. Would you really want somebody to be treated like this? Your parent? I mean, maybe some of you guys probably would. I mean, I've heard some of your stories, and God bless you, I would never want to take away, some of your anger or pain. But, this wasn't that. This situation's not that. You almost have to learn a whole new language of parenting a particular child. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing God bless the parents that have to deal with the autistic children that have more episodes than not, because you guys, there's a lot of parents out there that deal with a few episodes, but for the most part, they keep the schedule, they keep them, they follow the instructions of the doctor, and they have a very, not as much of a difficult time as other people. But I've, since this case, I've watched a lot of autistic videos of parents that have dealt with episodes, and I remember one that just absolutely terrified me. And she has a grown son, and this grown son is like, I don't know, 5'11", and he was a nonverbal autistic boy. So from my understanding now, you guys would be more, have the ability to tell me whether this is true or not. And I don't think everybody can. I think only nonverbal autistic parents can really say this. And on this video on YouTube, you can go watch it. I'm sure there's a lot of them, but I just happened to find one of them. And this was this big kid. I mean, he looked like a big kid. I don't think he was, he might have been like, he could have probably been 18 or 19. I don't think he was like, 20 or 30. I think he was, but I think he was past like teenage years. Like I think he was a big boy, but I think he was an adult big boy. And he was nonverbal, and he was having an episode, and the mom, she was just a little bitty nothing, and he grabs her by the side of her head and clenches her hair and just starts taking her head and shaking it like this, and she's just staying there so calm, and she's like, calm down now, you gotta calm down, you gotta calm down. And I mean, I was literally mortified, and it's sad because these, I don't think that people understand some of these parents, what they have to go through, and they love their children, and they would never give it up for $1 million in a world. They want their child, they love their child, they deal with the stuff that comes along with it. But, I gotta give it, a hand to parents. I don't think people understand how tough it has to be for some of these parents. I mean, some of these parents have it, some of these parents have it tough as is. I think any parent with a child, may have it tough. They work through it and they love their life. They make it work, for the love of their family. But some people really, like that scared me, because I feel like he doesn't understand. We know he doesn't understand what he's doing, and we know he's not trying to hurt his mama. But he's a big boy, and will it go too far one day is always in the back of my mind. Not that he would ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, not that he would ever mean to. Never implying that. It's just he has no control over that. It was scary for me to watch that. It was scary, That's all I can say. And she just remained so calm, and she was so pleasant. And she had a smile and just the kindest eyes while she's dealing with her head just being yanked from one side to the other. And I'm like, I just bless her. I don't know what else to say. Yes, Deborah, I refuse to spank my son too. I hear, to me personally, I believe that, just me personally, I know I'm going to get hate on no matter what. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'm me, so I'm just going to tell you like I tell everybody, this is me. But I do believe in corporal punishment. I do believe that, okay, sorry, we had a little, I don't know why it did that, but we had a little flicker. But I don't feel that they rear their children. Am I coming in clear on here? I just want to make sure, because the last time I was in here, there was some issues with my, my visual. It was breaking up. But when it comes to autistic children, though, this is where, this is what it comes down to for me with rearing a child. It's for disciplinary purposes. It's not to hurt the child. It's not to cause the child pain. It's not done out of a fit of anger. It is done to rear the child, to correct an action. If done properly, it's not abusive. It doesn't, it may scare the child, but it's not supposed to be a painful experience that requires bruises or wilting, It is a corrective measure, and I feel like people do not utilize it enough. However, when it comes to children, where it's traumatic, that's when I say that spanking would be considered abuse, because it should not be a traumatic experience. It should be a learning experience. It should be a corrective measure experience. And so the problem is with autistic children, it's a trauma experience, which is what makes it abuse for me. So yes, I am saying that one child could get spanked on the butt and one child should not be spanked on the butt. Yes, I am saying that two children are not identically the same, and there should be two different types of corrective measurements depending on who those two different people are. That's what I'm saying, that no two people are alike, and they should be treated that way. My friend's son is autistic and can get violent when he has an episode, hits, spits, kicks, shouts bad language, but only at his mom. I know. Poor baby. Period's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, it goes back from there, you know, all the way in California to be at 5 o'clock. So wherever your time zone is, I'm at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So there's that. Started anger outbursts. Well, just be careful, you know. I just, like I said, I saw that and it mortified me. I know parents love their children. It's just tough. I hope if you are dealing with an autistic child that has those type of violent outbursts, that you're, you know, at least in some type of counseling or some type of, you know, group support system that helps people get through that, because that's got to be pretty traumatic for the parent as well. And I'm sure that they need an outlet to let some of that, you know, that trauma out of them as well. So if you guys, you know, I really do think you guys need a support group on here. I'm quite shocked at how many people have autistic children. You know, I think it was very eye-opening. This case has been very eye-opening for me personally. So I don't know. I just feel bad for the boy. Doesn't feel like like right now looking in, I just feel like he really wasn't treated right. You know, he really just wasn't treated right. But in all fairness, parents make mistakes. You know, you guys know the walk I came from. You know, my home wasn't perfect either, you know, and wow. I don't know. It just sucks. All right, guys. Well, that's all I really have. I'm going to go and finish my food. I'm going to finish my paperwork. I need to get in the shower, and then I need to start getting all the equipment back into the office so we can get it set up for tonight's show. I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are all there. God bless you. We'll see you soon.